You've got an epeé that you want to rewire, so throw it in your vise and take it apart. Take off the grip, take out the socket, take off the bell, flip it over, take off the barrel. Then you're left with the blade with the wire in it. You can put it in some acetone for a while. I use lacquer thinner, same thing. And once you take it out, after soaking it for a while, hopefully the wire comes right out. Once the wire is out, then you're going to scrape off any residue, any leftover wire, any leftover glue. You could use a knife, a screwdriver. Be careful, don't cut yourself, of course. Scrape out all that glue and then use a brush to brush out all the residue. And then you're going to use a Dremel. And don't use a cutoff bit. Use a diamond bit. It won't affect the metal. It'll take out the glue, but it won't affect the metal. You don't want to be using a cutoff bit because it'll cut the metal. Then you're going to clean everything up with some alcohol. Take some alcohol and clean that blade up till the blade is clean. Put it back in your vise. Put the barrel back on. You're going to put a little Loctite inside the threads and tighten that barrel down, being careful not to over tighten it. Don't crack the barrel. Then you're going to clean the barrel out with some alcohol and take a new wire, gently pull it through your fingers to get it nice and smoothed out. Make sure it doesn't have any kinks, and then slide that wire down through the barrel, being very careful. Do it gently so it doesn't catch. And then I like to put just a little bit of silicone lubricant underneath the cap, and then push that cap down and pull the wire until the lubricant gets squished down to the bottom of the barrel. Tap that down a little bit, and then take the two wires and pull them parallel, holding them parallel all the way to the end. And then I stretch the wire by bending the blade a few times, and then I tie the wire off. I go around and around, and then I put a rubber band on it, and then I bend it and put some super glue on. I start the super glue about a ½ inch from the barrel. I don't want any super glue to wick its way back up into the barrel. Put the glue on, and then I wipe it off with a paper towel. You have to be really careful if you do this, because the paper towel will heat up. It will react with the super glue. It'll actually start smoking and get your fingers, burn your fingers. So you have to be very careful not to get anything on your fingers if you're going to use a paper towel. Then you flip it over and do the other half from the bottom. Make sure no super glue goes all the way down into the barrel, and then you're all set. You can take the wire off, straighten it out, maybe snip off the loose ends, and then put the spaghetti on the end. The spaghetti has to go on each of the wires as an extra insulation. And you're going to strip off what sticks out. The spaghetti goes all the way to the blade, and then I put a little extra glue holding that wire down at the end. Then you put the bell on, strip that wire so it's nice and clean, and then put the socket on. There's 2 channels in this socket for 2 wires. It's nice when the sockets have more than one channel. And then you tighten it down. I like to go under the washer and less than 1 full time around, and then I tighten down. Put the socket in place. Make sure that it goes off at a right angle so it doesn't catch underneath the grip. Put the pad in, and then put the grip on with the mouse hole right where the wire is. Double check to make sure that wire is going through the mouse hole, and then tighten the grip down. Then you can check the barrel. You can clean that out with some alcohol. Clean the spring off, rub it between your fingers, clean the tip out, put it in there, and then check to see whether or not you have your 0.5 clearance. Put a screw in, check it with the weight, make sure that it's holding everything up, check it with the shim again, and now that you know it's working, you can put the last screw in, test it. Seems to work fine. Bend it, check it under duress, and you're all set. Successful rewire.